Hi everyone, I'm here to show you how to do the border on your Entrelac crochet project. The way I did my sample blanket is this is the corner and I just rounded the corner. I'll do a separate video on two different methods besides the slip stitching on the corner to make the corner square, but I will do that in a separate video. But for the one that we're making now, we're going to have the rounded corners on the blanket. So get your project out and let's get started. Alright, you'll find your contrasting color like you have for your previous rows. Your previous color you had, you normally would cut that off and then weave your tail in after you're finished your border round. But because I'm going to continue mine, I didn't cut my contrasting color off. Alright, so what you do, just like you did before, put your hook in that corner and get that chain stitch out of there. And pull your stitch through. Now normally we would slip stitch up the side of the corner square. This time we are going to slip stitch up this side of the square before the corner because we need to be on this side of the triangular space. So go over here and slip stitch. It's a little awkward going from left to right, but it can be done. And remember to keep your slip stitches loose because we are going to work into them. And so you go into those as well as the corner spot. Should pick up a loop in that one. Okay, got slip stitched all the way across there. So you should have 5 slip stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, what we're going to do is we are going to draw up a loop in these slip stitches we just made, including this last one. So you go under the loop, draw up a loop, and you will have 6 loops on your hook, just like we normally would. If we're working on the other side of the gap there. So we got 6, and then we'll draw up our 7th loop in that corner square. And we're going to yarn over, work them off until you have 3 loops left on your hook. Okay, so now I have 3 loops on my hook, and I'm going to yarn over and draw through all 3. Now we're going to skip these 2 here that we just put together, and we're going to draw up a loop in each across. So now we should have 5 loops on our hook, and then we make our connection, our entrelac, and work them off till you have 3 loops left on your hook. And then draw through all 3. Now we're going to do it again. Skip these 2 that are together. We should have 4 loops when we get across here. Son's making noise in the background. I know I should do it while he's in school, but I was busy. Okay, so we did 4 loops and then 1 for the entrelac. So work them off, leave 3 loops on the hook, and then draw through all 3. And we do it again. We should have 3 loops because we did 4 loops last time, and then a join. Now draw through 2. There'll be 3 loops on your hook, then you yarn over and draw through all 3. Now we're going to draw up a loop here, and the entrelac loop. I know I'm kind of going fast. I think you'll be able to follow along. Watch it a couple times. Okay, now since we only have 3 loops on the hook, we just go ahead and draw through all 3. And now we're at the corner. So what we're going to do is slip stitch all the way across the end of this corner square. 3, 4, 5, and then 1 in the corner for 6. Okay. Now this is the part you're going to want to pivot your afghan, so you'll have to reposition it a little bit. And here we go. We're going to do the same thing we did for that first triangle that we did. We're going to pull up a loop in each until we have 6 loops on the hook. I think I might have been supposed to do that first one. Let's see. 4. No, I got it. 5, 6. I was wrong. I didn't need to bring it up in the first one. Okay. And now we'll do our entrelac one. So that's 7. Work them off until you have 3 loops left on the hook. Get some more yarn here. Whoop. See, I went too far. All you have to do is poke your hook back through. Now I have 3 loops on the hook. And then draw through all 3. Now see how you have the vertical bars, but these last 2 are together? Skip that one, where they're together. Now you should pull up 5 loops. Okay, and then pull one up in this next square for your entrelac. Now work them off the hook. Now I have 3 loops left on the hook. Yarn over and draw through all 3 of those loops. Okay. Now, those are the 2 that are together. We're just going to skip that one and go in this one. 1, 2, 3, 4 loops on the hook. And then our entrelac for the 5th. Work them off till we have 3 left. Draw through all 3. Skip them where they're 2 together. Draw them up. 1, 2, 3 loops on the hook. Do the entrelac for 4 loops. Work it off. We're at the point where we just work one off, and then we're going to draw through all 3 loops. One more move for this triangle. Just go under 1 vertical bar and then the entrelac. Then draw through all 3 loops on the hook, and then we slip stitch in the corner of the square. And that's another square. So we got our first corner done. Now in a separate video I'm going to show you how to do alternate corners on this. They might come later, but for now we're going to do the rounded corner. And you continue. I'll show you one more time. But you continue doing the same thing. Draw up a loop in each until you have 6 loops on the hook. And then do your entrelac for the 7th loop. Entrelac the 7th. And then work them off until you have 3 loops left on the hook. Work them off. And skip that first one. We're gonna, since we started with 6, now we're going to 5. So 2, 3, 4, 5, Then make a joining loop for 6. Then work them off. 2 loops at a time. 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over and draw through all 3. Skip the first one. We're going to have 4 loops. 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to do the join for 5 loops. Then we're going to work them off 2 at a time till you have 3 loops on your hook, and then you work off all 3 loops. So that was 4. Now we're going to do 3 loops. And nope, don't go in that one. That was a mistake. Go in this one. 1, 2, 3 loops on the hook. Do the join for 4. So we're going to work off these first 2 loops. Got 3 loops left. Work off all 3. Draw up 1 loop here, so that'll be 2 loops on your hook. Then a third one for the join. Yarn over and draw through all 3 loops. Slip stitch in the corner. Repeat this all the way to your corner square, and then slip stitch across the corner just like we did here, and continue all the way around till you get back to the beginning, and then you make a slip stitch into this stitch, ended off and drawing your tails. I'm not going to go show you the whole thing because I'm going to tear out this little bit I did to make my blanket bigger than what I have, but I just wanted to show you this step. And then the next video I'll show you how to block it, and that'll be a little time down the road because I have to finish this one before I can show you how to block it. So I hope that helps. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, and happy crocheting.